Hi there, Robin with Robin Ought to Know. When you hear the words lease a car, your mind probably jumps straight to a long-term arrangement consisting of a down payment, monthly payment, interest, and fees. And while that is usually the basic structure of a lease contract, it's not the only one. One off-the-beaten-track option to get a lease car is to do a single-pay lease or a one-pay lease. Maybe you've never heard of it, but it just might save you a lot of money over the period of your lease. A one-pay or single-pay lease is simply enough when you pay for the entire lease up front. No monthly payments, just a big chunk of cash at the time of signing, and you drive away with a new car. At the end of the lease period, just like with a standard lease, you can either return the car or take the buyout option. If you choose the buyout, you pay the remaining value, the residual value of the car, as defined by your original lease contract. The most obvious benefit of a one-pay lease is that lenders will cut you a break on the interest. Some manufacturers offer a significant discount on interest rates. Of course, this interest will be due at signing rather than along the way with your monthly payments. But over the course of a 24 or 36-month leasing contract, this can add up to hundreds or even thousands of dollars in savings. One-pay leasing can also be a way into buying a car without so much risk. You put down a lot of money, but if after a few years you're not so keen on the vehicle, you can get out of it without having to sell a depreciated car. And if you do choose to keep it, you've already made the bulk of the payment for it. Also, if you happen to be in a challenged credit situation, but you happen to have a lot of money saved up, then you will still have good odds of getting approved for the lease since you're paying it all up front. And since you pay for the lease up front, the lessor will report to the credit bureaus that the lease was paid in full and on time, which will have a positive effect on your credit. And lastly, the main advantage of a one-pay lease, you don't have to worry about making monthly payments. Of course, there are disadvantages to a one-pay lease option as well, with one of the main disadvantages being you have to pay for the entire lease up front. Depending on the car you choose, you may have to spend $12,000 to $25,000 up front, which is a lot for most consumers. But it's a great alternative to completely buying a car outright since you're only paying for the initial depreciation of the car. And if you have a newer model car to trade, you can actually use the equity of your trade toward the purchase, which is exactly the case with one of my recent customers. Annie, who is a current college student, had a newer Honda Civic with nothing owed against it. She was able to use the equity in her current car, along with a little bit of additional out-of-pocket money, and she drove away with a current model Toyota Venza. Voila, no car payments for the next 3 years. She was thrilled. The main risk that you face when doing a one-pay lease is if you happen to crash the car and total it, or if it gets stolen. Your insurance company will most likely pay you the market value of the car, which may not be equal to the amount that you've paid up front. So you could lose out on a lot of money if you paid for that lease up front. One-pay leasing, it's an unusual strategy that many people have never heard of. It's definitely not the path for everyone, but it might be the path for you. It can bring big savings and other advantages in certain situations. Do you want to know more? Contact me, Robin, with Robin Ought to Know. I can be found here on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, or call me, 505-321-5372. Talk to you soon.